The march to soccer continues today, March 1st, and the second of our triple header from the Desert Diamond Cup in Tucson, Arizona comes your way with the New England Revolution taking on the Colorado Rapids. Good afternoon, everybody. Jonathan Yardley with you from a windy and at times rainy Arizona. Today, the middle game of our triple header. In the first one, Chivas USA and Real Salt Lake played to a 1-1 tie. And New England and Colorado set to square off here. The final preseason test for both of them, although New England will start its season next week, Colorado not until March 15th. These teams finished with the exact same record last year. Both were 14, 11, and 9. New England tied for third in the East, fell in the Eastern Conference semifinals to eventual champion Kansas City, losing in overtime in the second leg in an absolute classic of a series. Colorado lost in the wild card game to the Seattle Sounders. And of course, changes on the Colorado side from the coaching perspective, with Oscar Pareja heading back to Dallas and Pablo Mastroeni running the Rapids for the moment, waiting on an official announcement, but all signs that I've seen point toward Pablo Mastroeni earning the job, but I've been wrong before. Colorado and New England both 1-1-1 in this tournament, both with an exactly even goal differential in this tournament, so they'll settle it on the field today. Starting lineups for New England, both teams mixing and matching what you might consider their starters, with some guys who will likely come off the bench during the season. New England probably a slightly stronger lineup. Bobby Shuttleworth starts in goal. Split time last year and has been battling for the #1 job with Brad Knighton this preseason. The back four for New England: Kevin Alston at right back, AJ Soares and Darius Barnes in the middle, Donnie Smith at left back. Central midfield, Scott Caldwell will sit behind Kellen Rowe and the new acquisition Daigo Kobayashi, number 50 right there in the middle of your picture. And the forward trio: Patrick Mullins, the rookie out of Maryland, on the right, Diego Fagundes, the teenager, on the left, and Teal Bunbury, newly acquired from Kansas City, up front. For Colorado, it'll be a 4-2-3-1. Clint Irwin in goal. The back four: Nathan Sturgis, Drew Moore, Marvell Wynn, and Chris Clute. So Moore and Wynn in the middle, Sturgis on the right, Clute on the left. And here we go from the Desert Diamond Cup in Tucson, Arizona, Colorado and New England. The Rapids in their familiar burgundy, going right to left, south to north, attacking with the wind in this first half. New England in navy blue, red trim, attacking toward Ajo Way in Tucson, and again going into the wind. So again, the Rapids come out in a 4-2-3-1. Irwin in goal, Sturgis at right back, Moore and Wynn in the middle, Clute at left back. The two holding midfielders: Jose Mari, new acquisition from Spain, and Nick Labraca. The attacking midfielders will have Dylan Serna, who's been very impressive in this preseason, at right wing, Dylan Powers in the middle, Kamani Hill at left wing, and Edson Buttle gets the start up top today for Colorado. Teal Bunbury battling with Marvell Wynn there, and it'll be a throw-in to New England on the Revs' left-hand side of the field. New England beat Chicago, the only team to beat Chicago in this tournament, 1-0 on Wednesday, but lost 3-2 to Chivas USA earlier in the week after leading that game. And that's one of the reasons they're not in the tournament final. Colorado played to a scoreless tie on Wednesday. And it'll be AJ Soares to throw in at the back for New England. Now he'll leave it for the second-year man out of Charlotte, Donnie Smith. Here's Kamani Hill in the midfield for Colorado. Now Serna on the right. Left-footed player. Labraca early ball looking for Dylan Powers. It's broken up and ends up for another right-wing throw-in for Colorado. Here's Serna on that left, chance to cross it, and he floated one in the direction of Kamani Hill, and it sails out for a goal kick. The North Stadium at the Keno Sports Complex, home of FC Tucson. local PDL team in this stadium in its current structure, the grandstand in which we're situated, opened within the last year. And they have big plans for the stadium and for the club here. Would like to move up to the USL Pro level, possibly by partnering with a Major League Soccer team. No score just underway from Tucson in the 4th minute. That one looking for Buttle, broken up by Darius Barnes. We understand you may be getting some strange sounds from time to time, and we're investigating that. Sturgis goes forward. Nobody there really, and it runs to Shuttleworth. Started the season so well last year for New England. His first 11 games were dynamite, but really struggled the second half of the year. His goals against average, which had been under 1, was almost 2 in his final 12 games from June to September. And eventually Matt Reese ended up taking over in goal for New England. Kloop broke that one up for Colorado. There's LaBraca trying to turn away from trouble. There's Fagundes cutting inside, tried to feed Kobayashi. It deflects out to Bunbury. Bunbury on his right foot fires. Teal Bunbury with a classic. 25-yard bullet inside the right-hand post. And playing in New England apparently agrees with Teal Bunbury. He's got another goal for the Revolution 5 minutes in. What a hit from Teal Bunbury. That was a rocket. He scored in his first game with New England, and this is how you do it. Nothing Clint Irwin could do at the far post, and Teal Bunbury lighting things up for the Revolution. So New England off to a flying start today. We didn't get a goal in the game against Chicago until the 90th minute, and when it came, it was spectacular as well, with Kellen Rowe and Diego Fagundes playing a 1-2 at the top of the penalty area. This, a different variety of spectacular, with Teal Bunbury letting fly from 25 yards and beating Clint Irwin. 1-0, New England in front. Jose Mari switching this one for Kamani Hill for the Rapids. Only played 188 minutes last year after seeing considerably more time in his first year back in MLS. There's Nathan Sturgis. Great year for the Rapids last year. Sturgis, an MLS journeyman at the age of 26. Already his 6th team in 8 years, but he's been capable for a lot of them. Just always deemed expendable. And Colorado is where he's found himself most essential. Last year, part of the central midfield group. Spent some time at right back this preseason. We'll see if he ends up there very much during the regular season. This is Soares at the back for New England. Constant rain at the moment in Tucson. We knew from the radar, we thought we could avoid the rain at least through the first game, but It is on us now. And Hill can't keep that one in front of the Rapids bench. Scott Caldwell for New England goes backward to Bobby Shuttleworth. There's Kobayashi, acquired in exchange for a late draft pick in 2016. His rights were acquired after the Vancouver Whitecaps had declined his option. Guy showed some highlight reel stuff last year, but really ended up not being a consistent performer for Vancouver over the course of the season. Revolution, as I said on Wednesday, have made success out of Vancouver castoffs before with Lee Wynn, so they're hoping Lightning strikes twice in that case. Serna touch outside to Sturgis, now back to LaBranca. Powers and Mari move it outside to Chris Kloop. Kamani Hill couldn't keep that in. Flag is up and it'll be a throw into New England. The referee this afternoon is Jair Marufo. And the linesman Corey Rockwell who made that call. And Ian Anderson on the far side. Kobayashi clears. And Marvell Wynn will chase it down for the Rapids. New England 1, Colorado nothing. 10th minute, Teal Bunbury with a terrific hit from outside to give New England the lead. On a rainy Saturday afternoon in Tucson. Not the kind of weather you want to see in preseason. But the final test for both of these teams, Colorado expected to perhaps play an intra-squad scrimmage on Saturday, but the Rapids don't open their campaign until March 15th at New York. And Kevin Alston down for New England in front of the Colorado bench. And the New England training staff will take a look. The Revolution will open their season at Houston a week from today, March 8th. Then play at Philadelphia on the 15th. The home opener for New England is March 22nd against the Vancouver Whitecaps.
While they're doing that, stand right here for a sec. What do you stand right here?
And there you see Teal Bunbury, not too shabby from distance. Kevin Alston back on his feet. Of course, MLS Comeback Player of the Year. After dealing with leukemia and hopefully not having to worry about that going forward. So New England with 10 at the moment, but Alston looks like he's comfortable coming back in the game. And on he is. 12th minute. New England up 1-0 on the long-range hit from Teal Bunbury. Here's Drew Moore at the back for the Rapids. Jose Mari couldn't handle that one, but Kellen Rowe couldn't handle the pass from Patrick Mullins for New England. Here's Serna coming inside of Donnie Smith. Dylan Serna on the run for Colorado. Ball bounced back to him, but Alston eventually ended up with it. Mullins, Bunbury tried to hook up with Fagundes. Sturgis with it for Colorado. Rapids said goodbye to Hendry Thomas, Matt Pickens, Herman Mera, Atiba Harris, Jamie Smith, Martin Rivero, Tony Casio, Jaime Castrillon, Stuart Seus. Busy off-season for the Rapids. Marvin Chavez. And the rookies Marlon Hairston, Grant Van de Castile, Jared Watts among the acquisitions. Mark Birch, Jose Mari as well. Here's LaBraca trying to dribble through the middle. It was broken up by Caldwell, but the Rapids still with it. Chris Clute just plays it long to the corner, and it'll skim out of bounds. Here's a look at Shuttleworth out of Buffalo, now his 6th MLS season. 3 final scores already in Major League Soccer preseason action today. We'll update you on those games later. Game going on right now, DC United taking on the Seattle Sounders. And the last we heard of that one, DC United had taken the lead on a Fabian Espindola penalty kick. That was in the early going. That's at the Carolina Challenge Cup in Charleston, South Carolina. '15th minute with New England in front. And not a lot either way aside from the Bunbury goal, as Irwin has to clear with the left foot. Buttle trying to bring it down, and plays broken up, and a foul called against New England right at the halfway line. LaBraca, harassed by Diego Fagundes, brings it backward to Drew Moore. New England, as this one gets played long in the direction of Serna, but too far. It'll be out for a goal kick. New England, one of its worries at the moment has to be Andrew Farrell. He hasn't played in Tucson, dealing with a stress reaction, and they're hoping to avoid it becoming a more serious injury, but he's obviously a player who started virtually every game last year and is expected to be an enormous part of the New England defense. And I believe they had been trying him at different spots. Of course, he played right back last year. He had played some center back, played some midfield this year as well, but without a full preseason to work in either one, as Shuttleworth loses his footing and loses possession in the process. Without a full preseason to kind of work through some of those positions, you would wonder where Andrew Farrell would end up on the field when healthy. It'll be something for Jay Heaps to worry about. Revolution bringing in Bunbury via trade, bringing in Kobayashi via trade. Brought in Brad Knighton, Paolo Del Piccolo, and then the draft pick Steve Newman, Patrick Mullins, Alex Sunley, all signed, as is a 2013 draft pick, Josimar Sanchez. '17th minute, New England leads on a slick afternoon and a slick playing surface as well. Good touch by Marvell Wynn there. The 3 hardy souls who are braving the far side grandstand really deserve a lot of credit. There's a roof on the near grandstand, which if I were in their shoes, I would be taking advantage of, but they've got their ponchos, they're good to go over there. Marvell Wynn and Teal Bunbury trying to adjust to the wind there. And Colorado comes away with the ball. Rapids have had more of it, but really haven't looked dangerous in the final third at all so far. 17 minutes in. Our second game of 3 today from the Desert Diamond Cup, the final day of preseason action in Major League Soccer. Most teams get underway next weekend, although a couple will start either with Champions League play or the following weekend. Alston and Kamani Hill collided there as Alston made the tackle. And Alston down for the second time. Now back on his feet, but feeling a little the worse for wear right now. His throw-in finds Kellen Rowe. Had Fagundes on the far side and was tripped before he could try and find him. Nick LaBraca offers a helping hand. It'll be a free kick for New England. Rowe still only 22 in his 3rd year in MLS. Serves it into the box, bad angle for Bunbury, and he's offside as he brings it down. It'll be a free kick for Clint Irwin at the back for the Rapids. Well, it's a new season, and how about a new jersey? The Revolution have a new primary kit for 2014. And for Revs fans, your first chance to see it is Tuesday, March 4th. Join the Revs players at Royale Boston for a special fashion show and the jersey launch. For more information, go to revolutionsoccer.net. Jersey week coming up. MLSsoccer.com will have a look at the jerseys for just about everybody. Fagundes and Donnie Smith played a 1-2. Bunbury, I think, handled a pass that may have been intended for Smith, but the ball still with New England on the left-hand side. This one chipped in, looking for Kellen Rowe, and Drew Moore just got ahead to it. Got it back to his goalkeeper, Clint Irwin. Buttle holding off Soares, and Soares got the better of that one. Darius Barnes. Really steady rainfall as Barnes loses his footing a little bit. Great control by Bunbury. Patrick Mullins now. Mullins gets back to his right foot, and Drew Moore, with a hand on the shoulder of Patrick Mullins, brings him down, and the 2-time Herman Trophy Award winner earns a free kick for New England. I saw Mullen play about 3 weeks ago for the Revs in a scrimmage, and he did not look comfortable in that wide position, and here in Tucson he has looked much more ready to step in at that spot when the season begins. Rowe's free kick runs through everybody, and Clint Irwin was just trying to make himself big. And in the end, the ball runs out on the far side, and Colorado will have a throw-in. Powers tried to drop that one to LaBraca. It's picked off by Scott Caldwell, second-year man out of the Revolution Academy and out of Akron. Soares chips it forward, gets caught up in the wind. Sturgis, well-timed pass, finds LaBraca, edge of the penalty area. His cross deflected out of bounds by Darius Barnes. And it'll be the first corner kick of the game for either team. The Rapids will have it from the right. Great run by Nick LaBraca, his 8th year out of Rutgers. Dylan Serna will take the corner from the right. Back post looking for Dylan Powers. His shot deflected off the line by Barnes. Great set play there by the Rapids. And Powers made good contact. But with so much air under the cross, both the goalkeeper Shuttleworth and his center back Barnes were in position to deny Powers the shot. He'll take the second corner now. Drew Moore gets ahead to it and it flashes wide. Drew Moore so good on any ball in the air. Set pieces for and against. Goal kicks as well. Couldn't keep that one on target. There's a look at Barnes and Shuttleworth combining to deny Dylan Powers. Really steady rain here in Tucson for the second game of our triple header today. There's some blue sky off in the distance behind me, but other than that, gray as far as you can see, and most of it bearing rain. That one given away in the middle of the field. Serna picks it off for Colorado. Dylan Serna gonna hit it. Saved by Shuttleworth. Edson Buttle on hand to tap in the rebound. And Colorado ties the game. Dylan Serna, the youngster, set it all up. It was a bad pass in the middle of the field, and Dylan Serna picked it off, broke into the penalty area, and fired a shot that Bobby Shuttleworth saved. And Edson Buttle got to it first to knock it in. We'll get a look at the replay in a minute or two once we can. We may not get a look at that replay, actually. But Dylan Serna really the one who made the play, and Buttle ends up tapping it in. But Serna, who will turn 20 this month, has really started to make an impact this preseason, much more than he did in his first year. Guy was part of the U20 national team last year. Didn't end up playing at the World Cup, but was part of the qualifying process. And the Rapids would love to see him become a regular this year. Donnie Smith breaking down the left side. His cross just too high for Rowe as New England tried to come right back. 1-1 now. Colorado and New England. Powers switches for Nathan Sturgis at the halfway line. Jose Mari. Buttle's going to hit it from distance, and Bobby Shuttleworth shuffles over to field comfortably. I think our percussion section has arrived at the moment, with a few vuvuzelas mixed in for good measure. Barnes goes long looking for Fagundes, and Marvell Wynn had that one slip off his head and run out in the corner for a throw-in. Alston to throw in for New England. Targets Bunbury. It bounces Fagundes acrobatically tried to bring it down. Instead, it falls out of the box to Kobayashi. Sturgis, good header into the path of Dylan Powers. He and Scott Caldwell, two of the top second-year men in MLS, battled for that one, and Powers came away with it. Here's LaBraca in the right corner. Early ball looking for Buttle. Darius Barnes able to knock it away for New England. Fagundes waits for the run of Mullins to open up space for Rowe. He feeds Bunbury. He lost his footing in alone. Really good runs by the New England attacking players on that break, and in the end I think the wet turf may have let Teal Bunbury down as he tried to collect the feed from Kellen Rowe. Neat 1-2 there. Sturgis feeding Kamani Hill. His pass though given away, and Mullins tried to get it to Rowe. Couldn't do it. There's a look at Dylan Serna and Diego Fagundes. Fans, the Rapids' first match at Dick's Sporting Goods Park this year will be on Saturday, March 22nd at 4 o'clock. Get tickets now by calling 303-825-GOAL or by visiting ColoradoRapids.com. First 10,000 fans through the gates will get a free Colorado state flag. That's March 22nd, 4 p.m. Call 303-825-GOAL. Look at Jay Heaps in the New England bench. Scott Caldwell sliding to keep possession for New England there. About 15 minutes to play in this first half. The Rapids and the Revolution tied 1-1. Teal Bunbury scored 5 minutes in with a terrific shot from outside the penalty area. Colorado tied it in the 25th minute when Edson Buttle knocked in the rebound of a low shot from Dylan Serna. Serna and Caldwell collide there. Both apparently okay though as New England restarts. Fagundes trying to dribble into the area. Instead, it's an opportunity for Serna to run. Buttle, good touch to find Powers. He has Kamani Hill outside at the corner of the area. Hill on Donnie Smith, chipped it back door, but too much weight on it. And it skims out for a New England goal kick. Bobby Shuttleworth visibly frustrated at the back as he prepares to restart. Final day of preseason for most MLS teams. The regular weekly routine will begin on Monday. Opening day, Saturday, March 8th at MLSsoccer.com for the full schedule. We already told you New England will play at the Houston Dynamo. Both teams that were eliminated by Kansas City on its road to last year's MLS Cup title. Soares going long, both Bunbury and Fagundes chasing it, but Drew Moore reacted best and won it for Colorado. The call there was a foul on Kobayashi, and Colorado tried to play through it, but the whistle had blown. Off the restart, this is Sturgis. And it's out for a New England throw-in. Cool temperatures, high winds, and hard rain, the defining features of this first half, but hasn't prevented some well-taken goals. Colorado with 5 shots to New England's 1 in my book. But that one from New England was pretty spectacular. Wind really knocked that clearance down, and it's headed right back in the direction of Shuttleworth. We'll see if he tries it again. Instead, he's going to get a few extra yards before banging it upfield. And Drew Moore battles with Bunbury for it. This is Fagundes. Bunbury. Bunbury to the end line and taken down by LaBrocca. And that's a pretty clear-cut yellow card. And Nick LaBrocca instantly apologizing and does get the yellow card there in the 35th minute. And thankfully, Teal Bunbury appears just fine. Revs take it quickly to Kellen Rowe. Overhit his cross, and it sails wide where Kamani Hill collects for Colorado. Good touch by Powers. Buttle drives a switch, skips to the feet of Kamani Hill. Has Sturgis. Cross coming, looking for Powers, and A.J. Soares able to head away for New England. Kellen Rowe out of UCLA chips this one for Fagundes. Moore and Clute over there. Fagundes looking for Bunbury. Missed it wide with a one-time chance. And Jay Heaps up to applaud that one because the Revolution's movement in the final third has been excellent. Not a lot of scoring opportunities, but when they've had a chance to go forward, they already seem to have a good idea of who's going where. Fagundes expected that run from Bunbury, was able to pick him out. And Teal Bunbury just didn't make the best contact when it got to him. Good work by Jose Mari to win that for Colorado. He tried to return it to Serna. And Kevin Alston, who's had a rough first half in terms of being involved in physical plays, often on the receiving end, gets called for the foul here. Jay Heaps, former New England Revolution right back, is upset himself, and Kellen Rowe just got a yellow from Jair Marufo and is pretty perplexed as to why. Perplexed might be the wrong word. Surprised. 1-1 the score as Chris Clute really took his team backward from that free kick. Sturgis long in the direction of Kamani Hill. Donnie Smith there with him, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Hill. It'll be a New England goal kick. Reminder, every day is game day with MLS Live. Watch hundreds of live and archived games on your phone, tablet, or computer with MLS Live. You can go to live.mlssoccer.com for more information and to subscribe. I can honestly say I use it every week of the MLS season. Neat combination work by Jose Mari and Edson Buttle. In the end, the ball is knocked out of bounds for a corner kick. Great work by Clute to slide, keep the ball in, and knock it off of the defender Alston. Third corner for Colorado. And Powers over to take it once again. Here it comes, deflected over the top, out off of A.J. Soares, who was defending Drew Moore, always the primary target on these. There's a look at Soares and Moore lining up at the back post. Barnes on Edson Buttle. Corner number 4. Same spot, and Bobby Shuttleworth has it at the top of his grasp. 40th minute, Colorado 1, New England 1 from the Desert Diamond Cup in Tucson, Arizona. Drew Moore even wins the diving headers, and then Alston into another hard tackle with Dylan Powers. Throws his arms up for what I'm not sure. Five minutes to play in this first half. New England with a 1-1 lead. New England with a 1-1 lead. Yes, that's good, John. 1-1 the score between Colorado and New England. You talk to yourself for enough hours and you start to lose it. Scott Caldwell at the back for New England. Here's Kobayashi. He's been quiet today, and his pass picked off by Jose Mari. Here's Nathan Sturgis getting forward on the right. Powers. Neat pass to find Kamani Hill at the top of the area. He tried to feed one to Serna. LaBrocca gonna hit it low, deflected by Soares. Great first touch by Dylan Powers. Sturgis to Buttle, brought it down. Stumbled his left-footed shot finally right at Bobby Shuttleworth. But Colorado's looked fairly dangerous throughout the game. Good possession around the area there. New England really has been more dangerous on the counterattack in this game. Intensity of the rain picking up just a bit here, 5 minutes before the half. Chris Clute trying to get forward to help Drew Moore, but that pass runs into the Colorado technical area. Alston to throw, looking for Mullins. Everybody struggled a little bit trying to read the flight of that ball. Powers read that one, gets in the way, and Darius Barnes has to slide to recover ahead of Edson Buttle. The presence of Powers, not that he needed to touch the ball in the play, was enough to disrupt Darius Barnes. Serna turned outside, and not the first time he's lost the ball on the sideline today. That one was contested by Alston. And Teal Bunbury not happy with the decision on that throw. There's Bunbury. Drew Moore won yet another header. Dylan Powers fouled, but we play through it via advantage. Dylan Serna with Buttle in the box. Serna, neat move, got to his right, had it blocked by Alston. Powers going back post, looking for Kamani Hill. Bobby Shuttleworth had it read and has strong words for his defense at the same time. Kobayashi. Donnie Smith got it to Caldwell, gets it back. About 30 seconds till the half, plus whatever stoppage time we get. Probably won't be a lot. 1-1 the score. Teal Bunbury for New England, Edson Buttle for Colorado. Kamani Hill struggled a bit with his footing there, but does win a throw in. Buttle with a switch to Serna, battling with Kevin Alston. He goes back to Shuttleworth, but didn't get much on the pass. They do say 1 minute of stoppage time. We're into that now. Advantage played. Bunbury and Wynn battling physically, and Teal Bunbury just running over people at the moment, but eventually the number's too much. Colorado comes away with it. Now Bunbury and Nick LaBrocca collided off the ball. LaBrocca down. Bunbury frustrated with the physical play of Colorado. Didn't really see what happened, and it appears that not many people had a good view of it. Jair Marufo and Drew Moore discuss it. We've had 1 minute of stoppage at the moment. Bunbury and LaBrocca still discussing it. And there's the halftime whistle. As I think LaBrocca and Bunbury may discuss this one all the way to the locker rooms, which is a pretty good walk from here. A very entertaining first half. A great opening goal from Teal Bunbury 5 minutes in, but really Colorado had the better of play, and they were rewarded for it in the 25th minute when Dylan Serna's shot was saved and Edson Buttle reacted first to knock in the rebound. Colorado won, New England won at the break. We'll take a 10-minute breather, come back with second half action between New England and Colorado from the Desert Diamond Cup in Tucson, Arizona. 1-1 at the half.
now where representatives from FC Tucson will be sending Carp International mini soccer balls flying into the stands. FC Tucson thanks Carp International for their support of the Desert Diamond Cup.
Back here in Tucson, second half action underway between the Colorado Rapids and the New England Revolution. Downpour continues here in our second game, but it produced a couple of pretty fun plays in the first half. New England won and Colorado won. No changes to the field players for either team. As we start the second half, Dylan Serna for Colorado drops it backward to Jose Mari. And that cross over hit from the left runs out for a New England throw-in. 1-1 the score. Will reset the lineups for you. For New England, Bobby Shuttleworth in goal. The back four right to left, Kevin Alston on the right, Darius Barnes and AJ Soares in the middle, Donnie Smith on the left. In the midfield, Scott Caldwell sitting behind Kellen Rowe and Daigo Kobayashi. And up front, Diego Fagundes, Patrick Mullins, and Teal Bunbury. We do actually find a field player sub for Colorado. Vicente Sanchez is on. More on that in a second. Diego Fagundes lets fly, and it's held in the Colorado goal by, I believe that is still Clint Irwin. He's changed his jersey. So Sanchez on for Dylan Powers at halftime for Colorado. And we do expect to see throughout the second half the Rapids work an entire another group in, but not all at the same time. New England, we may see guys go a bit deeper in the game since the Revolution start their season next Saturday. 1-1 here. Teal Bunbury in the 5th minute for New England. Edson Buttle in the 25th for Colorado. Daigo Kobayashi has also changed his jersey. He's now wearing number 52 instead of number 50. Sanchez sends this one through. Serna trying to get to it, but it skipped into the grateful arms of Shuttleworth. The Colorado lineup, a 4-2-3-1. We believe it's Irwin still in goal. Nathan Sturgis, the right back. Marvell Wynn and Drew Moore, the center backs. Chris Clute, the left back. The holding midfielders, Jose Mari and Nick LaBraca. The attacking midfielders, Kamani Hill on the right, Vicente Sanchez in the middle, and Dylan Serna on the left. Edson Buttle, the goal scorer, is the lone man up top for Colorado. Field has gotten definitively soggy at this point, and Chris Clute and Jose Mari have to deal with puddles on that play, but Sanchez read it perfectly. Feeds Serna into the left corner. Working against Alston. This is Clute getting forward on the left, cut inside. There was a collision between Soares and Buttle in the box. Both of them ended up on the ground, and they're still arguing about it. Neat move by Sanchez. Chance to cross, he drives it low, and it's out for a corner kick off the hands of Shuttleworth. Sanchez had everybody thinking cross, and ended up firing one low that forced Bobby Shuttleworth to knock it wide. 5th corner kick coming up for the Rapids.
Do you like the cord? Yeah, I think the cord is better than some people.
Sanchez delivers the outswinger, looking for the head of Moore. I think Alston knocked it away. Sturgis feeds that man, Vicente Sanchez, once again. Here's Sturgis. Monty Hill trying to get around Donnie Smith, and it's knocked out. Should be a New England throw, and it is. And a substitution coming, and this is going to be a big story. It's Shane O'Neill's first action of the preseason for the Rapids. Was banged up when he came back from national team duty, and he comes in for Nathan Sturgis here at right back. Now, obviously, Shane O'Neill sees most of his time at center back and at central midfield. I don't believe the intention is to get Shane O'Neill regular playing time at right back right away, but they just wanted to get him some minutes today. Again, his first action of the preseason for the Rapids, so Shane O'Neill in at right back for Colorado. 51st minute, 1-1 the score. Penultimate game of the Desert Diamond Cup as Buttle feeds Kamani Hill in the middle of the field. Now Serna. Poked away by Kevin Alston. The final game, which is shaping up to be extremely soggy, would be the Chicago Fire against Las Chivas Rayadas from the Mexican 3rd Division. That's coming up at 8:30 Eastern right here on MLSsoccer.com. Rapids were looking to get it to Shane O'Neill. Now they do, but he can't keep the ball in. Good control off the thigh by Teal Bunbury. Here's Kobayashi. Bobby Shuttleworth at the back for New England. Smith gets it back from Mullins on the move. Ball falls to Kellen Rowe. Got it to Mullins. Back to Kellen Rowe in the area. Too far. And Irwin dives and able to eventually collect it for Colorado. Here's Fagundes. Back to Caldwell. And again, Serna runs out of room. Struggles with that sideline today. Rowe's early cross. Too far for Mullins. And it'll be a goal kick for Clint Irwin. And New England Revolution season tickets are on sale now. Get your seat to the biggest games of the 2014 season and save money in the process. For more information, call 877-GET-REVS or log on to revolutionsoccer.net. Again, 877-GET-REVS for 2014 New England season tickets. That's Buttle turning and earning a foul. Free kick to the Rapids. Sanchez with another neat touch. The wet field doesn't seem to bother him. He finds the dry spots where he can use the moves that he so loves. Foul whistled against Jose Mari and a yellow card coming as well here in the 55th minute. Third yellow card of the game. LaBranca and Rowe have received the others. Very uncomfortable looking Gabby Torres getting set to come on for Colorado. He looks very cold, despite choosing not to wear long sleeves, so he's responsible for a little bit of that. 55th minute, 1-1 the score on a cool, wet, and windy day in Tucson, Arizona. Long ball targeting Kobayashi, runs out for a goal kick, and now we will get the Torres substitution in the 56th minute. is going to be for Edson Buttle. So Torres, who we saw out wide on Wednesday, will get a look as the central forward today. Deshaun Brown, another of the Rapids' many forward options, is off with the Jamaican national team. So Torres up front, and again it's Serna, Sanchez, and Hill underneath him. Rapids in maroon going into the wind this half. New England in navy blue playing with the wind. Now Caldwell's cross. Was deflected out for a corner kick. And a whistle from Jair Marufo on the far side. Waiting to see just exactly where he wants this free kick to be taken from. It's going to be right at the edge of the penalty area. Kobayashi over it for New England. Plays it low. Soares got a touch to it, and the rebound is knocked in by Patrick Mullins. The rookie has New England in front after A.J. Soares had used a back heel to put a shot on goal. Kobayashi played the free kick low. A.J. Soares kept it alive, and here's a look at it. And Irwin couldn't hold it. And Patrick Mullins, poacher extraordinaire, on the spot to finish and put New England in front. So 2-1 Revolution here early in the second half. This one all the way back to Irwin. Here's O'Neal. And Irwin had to use his left foot on that one with Fagundes lurking, and it'll be a Revolution throw in front of the Colorado bench. Substitution on the New England side, and it's Charlie Davies. Joined the Revs late last season, never really got into game sharpness, and he comes on for Mullins in the 59th minute. Mullins says he's not going to lose that smile all day after scoring to give New England the lead. Rookie out of Maryland. O'Neal lost his footing, and New England trying to use that vacant space. Rowe tried to feed Davies, and it's just out of his reach. And it's a goal kick for Colorado. On the out-of-town scoreboard, it's an extensive one at this stage of preseason. Earlier today, Toronto fell 4-2 to Fluminense's under-23 team, the only game Fluminense won in the tournament, so not at full strength, Toronto. Gilberto didn't play today. Jermaine Defoe obviously not there yet, but some of the same problems. Michael Bradley did score on a free kick. Dwayne De Rosario also scored. Good signs for Toronto. But it was Fluminense 4, Toronto 2. In the fifth place game of the Disney Pro Soccer Classic, Philadelphia and Montreal played to a 1-1 tie. Jack McInerney scored in the first half for Philadelphia. Marco Di Vaio in the second for Montreal. They settled it via penalty kicks, won by Philadelphia 4-1, thanks to a strong performance from Zach McMath. Fagundes feeds Bunbury here. Now gets it back. Has it broken up by Kamani Hill for Colorado. Wind really picking up here, right in Colorado's face. Offside flag is up against Gabriel Torres. Free kick to New England. Seattle and DC, well, they may have just wrapped up by now. The last I heard, DC was up 2-1. Goals from Fabian Espindola and Perry Kitchen. Kenny Cooper scored the Seattle goal. And in the third place game of the Disney Pro Soccer Classic, Orlando and New York were tied 1-1. Corey Herzog, the goal for Orlando against his old club. Bradley Wright Phillips with the goal for New York. Plenty of other MLS action around the country today. MLSsoccer.com, your source for all the information. New England leads on the goal from Patrick Mullins in the 57th minute, knocking in a rebound. Colorado's goal was also a rebound, that off the boot of Edson Buttle. The difference, that 5th minute thunderbolt from Teal Bunbury to the top right corner. Soares rips that free kick and it runs out for a goal kick. The DC Seattle game finished 2-2, I'm told. And DC United wins the Carolina Challenge Cup on goal difference. A little wet and wild out there right now. Gabriel Torres trying to bull his way up the middle. It deflects to Sanchez. Switch for Kamani Hill, who's found some space. He couldn't bring it down. This one turns over for New England. Kellen Rowe gets there with Shane O'Neill tracking him. Rowe taken down by LaBraca. O'Neill may have had a hand in it as well. It's a free kick to New England. Jose Mari tried to evade Scott Caldwell, eventually does. And a rough touch there as the ball died at the top of the penalty area. We were noticing that during the halftime interval. A lot of wet spots in the middle of the field, and we've already seen that in this second half. It's not where I would try a back heel, Nick LaBraca, but in this case it worked. And Charlie Davies knocks it out for a Colorado throw. Pablo Mastroeni up off the bench, maybe saying the same thing. Here's Torres with his back to goal. Layoff worked out eventually. O'Neill busting through, gets to it first, and Bobby Shuttleworth off his line to collect at the top of the penalty area. 65th minute with New England leading Colorado 2-1. And New England readying wholesale changes, which I may or may not be able to decipher. Sunley, Newman, Woodbine, McCarthy, Sanchez, Del Piccolo, who else have I seen? Mbongo, all coming in for New England here in the 66th minute, and Jerry Benson as well. So we'll sort this out. McCarthy and Woodbine, Stephen McCarthy and O'Brien Woodbine are the new center backs. Josimar Sanchez at right back. Donnie Smith stays in the game at left back. Alex Sunley is the holding midfielder in place of Scott Caldwell. Well, he and Del Piccolo will probably both hold behind Steve Newman. And the forwards are Charlie Davies, who is already in, Dimitri Mbongo, and Jerry Benson. That's Sunley getting a touch in the middle. This is Del Piccolo, second year in MLS after joining the Montreal Impact last year. Woodbine, the Jamaican defender, can play left back, can play center back. Marvell Wynn goes upfield. Donnie Smith breaks it up. Del Piccolo breaks up this play for New England. Vicente Sanchez slides in, doesn't win it. This is Moore. You can already see Gabriel Torres so much more comfortable when playing in the middle, playing with his back to goal. Knows how to make those layoffs. But Colorado is so deep in terms of central forwards. Torres may be a little more versatile than Edson Buttle, able to play outside. So to get everybody on the field, he may play there. O'Neal is offside by a hair. It'll be a free kick to New England. Those of you considering a trip to Tucson, obviously not for this preseason, but now for the next one, go to visittucson.org for more information on things to do in Southern Arizona. Again, visittucson.org for information on Tucson for next year's preseason. Here's Jerry Benson racing onto that one, but he's offside. Flag is up. Whistle blows, free kick to Colorado. See some of the frustration with the wind on the players' faces at the moment. Donnie Smith will have the throw in front of the New England bench. Charles Elundu and a couple of other Rapids players, including Jared Watts, Grant Van de Castile, and some more getting ready to check in. So a good 70+ minutes for many of the Rapids starters today. Obviously, again, Colorado doesn't open the season until March 15th, so not quite as much urgency to get the starting lineup ready to go 90 minutes on Pablo Mastroeni's mind today. Here's Clute dealing with some puddles as well as Jerry Benson. LaBraca. Pass wrong-footed Sanchez and runs out for a New England throw-in. Albert Edward, Juan Guzman, and Marlon Hairston among those checking in for Colorado. And now Marvin Chavez will join them, and this will pretty much complete the field player substitutions we've been expecting for Colorado. So, let's see if we can set this. Irwin's still in goal. Shane O'Neill is the right back. Jared Watts and Grant Van de Castile are the center backs. Albert Edward is the left back. Juan Guzman, unsigned trialist, in the center of midfield with the Generation Adidas rookie Marlon Hairston. The attacking midfielders, Marvin Chavez on the right, Vicente Sanchez in the middle, Charles Lundu on the left, and Gabby Torres, the man up front for Colorado. Cross is headed away by Van de Castile to be a corner for New England. Believe it or not, that's the Revolution's first of the day. And Steve Newman will trot over to take it. Two-1 Revolution lead here, 73rd minute. Here it comes toward the penalty spot. It's loose. Woodbine tried to get hold of it, and Guzman cleared briefly. Floated back in. Irwin, safe hands in the 6.
Now playing for the Colorado Rapids, number 21, Brandon Van de Castile. Number 33, Jared Watts. Number 29, number Edward.
The punt was significantly knocked down by the wind, but the Rapids do retain possession. I'm not really sure why Irwin's still trying to punt it at this point. Here's Sanchez, wearing the captain's armband. Gave that one away, though. Very uncharacteristic of the Uruguayan. Benson picked it off for New England. These teams will meet only once during the regular season, as all East-West matchups are. July 30th at Gillette Stadium for the New England-Colorado game. Last year it was played in July as well, and Colorado won 2-1. Here's Dimitri Mbongo at the top of the area. Another guy who's comfortable with his back to goal, but gave that one away to Shane O'Neill. Now Lundu tried to switch, but there was nobody in Burgundy in the vicinity. Here's Davies for New England. Shane O'Neill picks his pocket, and a chance for Shane O'Neill to get forward for the Rapids. Now Sanchez. You can see O'Neill's not fit yet. He's already in a jog as Lundu chases this one and commits a foul. 75th minute of our second game. Again in the opener, Chivas USA and Real Salt Lake played to a 1-1 tie. And in the nightcap, 8:30 Eastern, it'll be the Chicago Fire and Chivas Rayadas from the 3rd Division in Mexico, reserve team of Chivas Guadalajara. I think think there's only one player on the roster we were given who's already turned 20, so that gives you an idea of the group that we'll see in the nightcap at 8:30. Josimar Sanchez on the right side for New England. Looking for Newman. It's out of his reach. Van de Castile wants to usher it out and is able to do so. Matchup of a couple guys with College Cup experience there. Van de Castile from the national champion Notre Dame, and Newman from Georgetown, which did reach the College Cup during his tenure. Again, the wind really kills all of Irwin's kicking at the moment. He seems frustrated that his teammates aren't reacting better to it. Here's Jared Watts out of Wake Forest. Got it to O'Neal, who let his touch get away from him on the near sideline. He looks really out of sorts right now. He looks frustrated too. Right back is not his favorite spot, you may have heard. Sounds like they're having a Journey sing-along off to my right. Pierre Omanga, the third-round pick out of Southern New Hampshire, comes on for Charlie Davies. And Louis Softner, the third-string goalkeeper, second-year man out of Indiana, is up ready to come in for New England as well. '78th minute, New England 2, Colorado 1. Stephen McCarthy turned toward Shuttleworth and got Gabby Torres going that way, but wisely decided not to make the pass. Donnie Smith had that one run out of his reach, and although Colorado was thinking about taking the throw in quickly, it'll be Softner coming on for Bobby Shuttleworth here in the 79th minute. Gave it away to Newman. He tried to go behind his back though and lost it for a moment. Now it's a New England throw-in. Vigorous wind out of the south, whipping right to left in New England's favor in this second half. Remember, Colorado had the distinct better of play in the first half. Still has a 7-5 edge in shots, but hasn't been all that dangerous since getting the tying goal from Edson Buttle. Shane O'Neal's delivery, deflected up by O'Brien Woodbine and out for a Rapids throw-in. Rapids will get their other goalkeeper in here. It's John Berner. 23-year-old rookie out of SIU Edwardsville. He's wearing Irwin's number 31. So Softner for New England and Burner for Colorado. And both teams have used 22 players, if I'm counting correctly. For New England, Donnie Smith still in the game. He is the only player who started this game, still in at this point. Here's Dimitri Mbongo running against Van de Castile, who has help, and Marlon Hairston said help, wins the ball. Good touch by Newman. Omanga's cross falls in the box, but Albert Edward able to deal with it after Mbongo lost his footing from Omanga's cross. Now Alundu ahead to Gabby Torres for Colorado. Torres, great speed into the area, fires with the right foot, and it's knocked in on the goal line. Woodbine tried to clear, knocked it in his own goal after Gabriel Torres had created that chance, and it's a 2-2 game. The speed of Gabby Torres created that chance as he broke away down the left-hand side. And in the end, well, let's get a look at it here because I didn't see who got a touch on it. It was Sanchez. Okay, Sanchez and Woodbine were both there, and Sanchez appears to be taking credit for it, so we'll give it to him. Third goal on a rebound today. And it's 2-2.
Colorado Rapids goal scored in the 82nd minute by number 7, Vicente Sanchez.
Alundu started the play. And again, Torres broke in, took the shot that Softner deflected but didn't stop. And it might have rolled in had it been left unmolested, but there were players from both teams going after it. And we believe Sanchez was the one who fired it into the net. If it was Woodbine, it was wilder than he had anticipated. Corner coming for New England. It's second. 2-2 now. 7 minutes and change to play in Tucson. I'm amazed Newman can get the ball to stay in one spot. Drives it low. Woodbine keeps it alive. Torres blocked that one, and here's Alundu trying to run, and it's broken up by Del Piccolo for New England. Marvin Chavez on the ball. Here's Hairston. Tried to play a through ball for Sanchez. The wind held it up, and as usual, Sanchez read the game the best. Slips it through for Shane O'Neill. Donnie Smith slides and wins a goal kick. So O'Neill found his second win to make that run forward there. Now Mbongo stamped his foot near Chavez, and now pushing and shoving ensues, and a straight red card to two players. I believe it's going to be Chavez and Mbongo, if I read that right. Although Torres is also over there. And Mbongo, who was ejected 3 times last year to lead MLS, just picked up another one. And Chavez off for Colorado. And of course, the locker rooms are right next to each other, so they're going to the same place, which unsupervised, by the way, may not be the wisest course of action. As you get a look back at it. And pretty decisive by Marufo to send both players off immediately. Again, it looked like after the initial challenge, Mbongo came over and might have stepped on Chavez, but I'm a long way away. Cooler head seeming to prevail as both players exit. And if you're a New England fan, Dimitri Mbongo is still a little bit worrisome. He can be so talented and so crucial to the attack and his ability to hold the ball at times. But that propensity to find a way to get ejected, unlucky at times, unwise at others, has hurt the team more than a few times. 87th minute here, 2-2 the score in the preseason competitive finale for both teams. Colorado will have a little bit more preseason action on its home turf next week, but not likely to be against any outside competition. Donnie Smith and Gabriel Torres pushing and shoving there. Donnie Smith does not appreciate Torres's physical play tonight. And again, New England opens next Saturday against the Houston Dynamo. Play the following Saturday against the Philadelphia Union before the home opener March 22nd against Vancouver. Edward on the left, back to Hairston. A lot of spin on that ball, and it's a free kick. Fans, do you have what it takes to run an MLS team? Test your skills by playing MLS Fantasy Soccer Manager. Fun and free to play, you can visit mlssoccer.com/fantasy to learn more. Fantasy Soccer, mlssoccer.com/fantasy 2014. You've got all week to sign up, get your team, and enjoy the season. Here's Alundu on the left, playing it across, looking for Guzman. It would have been spectacular, but he couldn't connect cleanly. Two minutes to go. Here's Jared Watts, rookie out of Wake Forest, to O'Neal. Got a step on Omanga. Now Shane O'Neal looks driven forward. He looked a little tired in the middle of the half, but much better these last 10 minutes. Edward thinking about shooting, gonna have a go, and it's off the mark. Teal Bunbury and Patrick Mullins for New England. Edson Buttle and Vicente Sanchez for Colorado. That long ball skips to Burner, the Rapids goal. Another long ball skips away from everybody. And Burner will have the fun task of trying to put this one back into play in the face of a 20+ mile-an-hour wind, and he wisely goes short with it. Guzman long, Torres is offside, but we will play through it. Revolution were looking for it, but it was probably to their advantage to play on, and both referee and linesman agreed. McCarthy blasts that one long, and that's pretty much what we've settled into here. Jair Marufo checks his watch. We're at 90 minutes. Sanchez playing Torres through. Gabriel Torres, touch got away from him and Softner dives. The ball still loose and Sanchez clears. Only as far as Hairston. Colorado trying to win it in stoppage time. Hairston on the dribble. It's broken up by Sanchez, and that's going to do it. One last chance, and Luis Softner came off his line to save New England from a second 3-2 defeat in this tournament. What a game, 2-2 the final. Some great attacking movement from both teams. Really the play of the game came back in the 5th minute with Bunbury's opener, but we got 3 more goals, and these teams got very important minutes ahead of their openers. March 8th for New England and March 15th for Colorado. 2-2 the final score here. Again, the final game of the Desert Diamond Cup is coming up at 8:30 Eastern between the Chicago Fire and Chivas Rayadas of the Mexican 3rd Division. We'll have that one for you, and go to MLSsoccer.com for all your preseason coverage. 2-2 the final. Teal Bunbury the play of the game in the 5th minute. Check out that highlight later on tonight. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. For our entire crew involved in the broadcast, I'm Jonathan Yardley. 2-2 the final. Come back with us for the nightcap, and stay tuned for all the preseason action to MLSsoccer.com.